Alright, welcome everyone. I'm Surtur from Slytherin, and next to me is sitting Alex, also known as Galangalat on the forums. Welcome.
Hello guys.
And today we're going to present to you again Order of Battle Pacific, turn-based strategy game set in the Pacific, like the name suggests, and it's actually releasing tomorrow. So this is a very good way to see and have a good taste of the game before you decide to jump in and buy tomorrow. Alex, what are you going to show us today?
Okay, we're going to show the Bataan invasion from a Japanese point of view, because last week we showed the Americans having an invasion into Okinawa. Now, primary objectives is we need to conquer 6 primary victory point locations that are those golden flags, and we have got secondary objectives, which gives us also objective rewards. Additional resource points will be assigned to your command. So if we get that one, the other one is capture Corregidor, and the last one is get this fortress.
Right, so this is a mission from the Japanese campaign then?
It is indeed, yes.
Okay. For those of you wondering, we have the Artistocrats also in the chat here. So if you have any question either for us or for the developer directly, please drop it in the chat. It does require you to have a Twitch account, so make one. It's free if you don't have one yet. That will also allow you to subscribe to our channel as well. So don't hesitate, ask any question you want in the chat and we'll try and answer it for you.
Alright, let's focus on the attack now. I need to cross that river. Usually in the river my forces are a bit disadvantaged, but what choices have I got? I'm just going to go in there.
Hey Pat Garrett, good to see you again.
Those are paratroopers. I'm going to drop them behind the lines.
Alright, you get some paratroopers set up already.
Yes, this is my strategic bomber. He's going to attack and drop the efficiency of the enemy. So as you can see, it went yellow, so they're a drop in efficiency, which means they're going to fight less well. So we've got paratroopers as well here. We're going to land them maybe here. So this is my artillery, which can soften up enemy fortifications and troops as well.
Mm-hmm. Right, 0 casualties yet.
Yep, but efficiency drop. We've got a scout plane, so we can see where the enemy is fighting. Okay, now let's focus on the other front. Let's move those boys forward. As you can see, as I might move them here, you can see the predictions. 2 losses on each side. So I'm just going to move them in now. Across the river. Japanese engineers, Japanese infantry.
Right, so you're prepared to take some casualties here in crossing the river.
Well, what else have I? There's no other choice. I have to take casualties. So let's have a look. Where should I focus on? Well, let's attack here.
So last week we showed this game as well. We showed the American side. We covered some of the basics as well. If you missed that one, you can either rewatch it on our YouTube or Twitch channel. Let me give you a quick overview of the game though. It is a turn-based strategy game using hexes, using a lot of historical units, covering multiple nations, and it has 2 campaigns and a tutorial campaign as well, teaching you the basics. One of the campaigns is for the US, one is for the Japanese, and here we're into a mission in one of the Japanese campaigns. Campaigns are quite long. How many missions again per campaign were there?
There's 12 on each side, and we've got 4 boot missions.
Okay.
Boot camp missions. To get familiar with the game.
Right, so your tank is actually doing some nice casualties. So, question here by Party Commissar. Yes, you see indeed some Philippine flags here. Different nations are present, not just the Americans and the Japanese. And each of these nations have their own units and stats, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we've got Australian troops, we've got UK troops, we've got Dutch as well, which makes Soto smile.
Of course it does. No game is complete without some Dutch troops.
Of course not. Okay, I've taken a bit of casualty with my...
Right, so the AI is responding to your
the
initial attack here. Relocate to
anti-air.
It's anti-air. Ouch. So I can see some sandbags near some of the allied units. What does that mean?
After one turn, if they did not move, it means they're going to dig in and going to have a benefit in combat.
Right. So that means that basically the reason you're taking some casualties is you're attacking from a river into an entrenched enemy unit.
Yes, they're getting entrenched now, which is...
Oh, that's a nice hit.
Thanks. Okay, they're pushed back. And this should take those guys out. I'm going to refit those guys. It means I have to pay 5. This is my requisition points. They accumulate over time, and also when I take victory point locations. And this is what I have to pay. I have to pay 5 to get 2 back. I only get 2 back because I'm next to the enemy. It will be seasoned troops, and this would be recruits.
What's the difference between those two then?
Well, if you want to keep up with your experience, you've got experience. They accumulate already 142 experience. They're going to keep the experience. If you go with recruits, it goes down a bit.
Okay. And these experience, do you take the experience from mission to mission as well if you play the campaign?
Yes, you've got core units. You're going to take them over into the next mission.
All right, you managed to destroy a bunker there.
Yeah, getting headway a bit. So the tanks will already rock.
Very nice. You actually managed to cross the river already.
Yeah, I'm breaching through the enemy lines here. Let's have a look what they've got in store here with my recon. That's nothing there. Let's pepper them a bit.
I can see the enemy AI shooting at you, even though you're not directly above it.
Yeah, they've got 2 hexes where they can shoot at. So I'm going to disembark my fine parachuters.
Okay.
Let's drop them here. Oh no, they drifted off, and they're going to land here. Well, what can we do?
So, okay. So they actually missed the drop zone.
Oh well, the winds were a bit too strong.
Lovely. Although they're isolated now, will you be able to...
That's why I'm trying to punch through that. So we're going to be in contact again.
Right, because what would happen if they would remain isolated?
Well, they would be out of supply. I would not be able to resupply them with troops, and I would have a combat efficiency drop as well. So now you can see paratroopers are here, flanking this anti-tank gun. That's what the blue plus sign is pulsating. So I'm getting a positive modifier to attack them. Okay.
Right, trying to get off the bridge there.
Yep, it's never good to be on a bridge. Okay, we've got paratroopers here as well. I drop down.
That's up to you, mate.
Let's move them forward a bit. Press 0. You can see here it took already casualties, and it's got still 12 turns left to for fuel. So it has to land again. So I'm going to land this for the time being to recover.
Okay.
And, yeah, that should
So
be
planes
about
can only be
it.
repaired or refitted when they are on an airfield then.
Yes, exactly. I can refit them next turn.
Well, they're rearranging their front lines, but not to get... Ah, that's better.
Yes, he would like to fight against the tank preferably. Okay. No, let's not move him forward yet.
Right, that's a nice breakthrough there.
Shall we attack here or shall we attack here?
I think you can let the Filipinos be isolated at some point.
It's okay. Good to land. I'm going to refit those guys.
Welcome, Alex Fabian. Glad you could join us. Ah, the AI is...
Let's finish this guy
guns
off.
is pointed at your troops just as easily. Ah, very nice on flamethrower in action.
It's 2 against 2. I don't want to risk that. 2 losses on my side.
That American anti-air unit is being quite tough to beat, actually. Still holding its position.
So let's take those out. Let's go to the other side. After bombardment, you can see there are hexes here. That means I can move away for my other aircraft if I've got other aircraft if I want to bombard those positions as well.
Right. Ah, thank you for the compliment, Kitsos. Also, I'm sure that the developer has many more plans for this engine as well. So perhaps at one day he'll be able to provide you with the large kill game you're looking for. To be fair, some of these scenarios can be pretty big. This is not nearly the biggest one there is in game. There's a question being asked here about commanders in game. Are they in game and how do they work?
Again, my parachute drop was not as was intended to go. You get commanders that will be unlocked, and so you can attach them to troops.
Right, and what do they do when they're attached?
Well, they give you advantages in strength, and they also got a range, so they also take effect for neighboring units.
Okay, so they inspire units next to it.
Exactly. So you get better efficiency of while in combat. I think I've got. I'm not going to rebuild those. My my 0 there is sitting there at the moment. I could. It's on 6. I could replenish their forces as well. I'm going to do it. It's cost me 22. It's quite a lot. So
right.
I'm not going to do it for the time being. Just skip it because I need it for my ground forces. Let's have a bit of a recon down there.
All right. Oop, they
cut me off. Yeah,
cut you
I now
off.
cut my 3 infantry off, which is not nice.
Yeah, he's quite keen on doing that. I see all the red dots now on your units.
Yeah, you can see that they're out of supply. Means they're going to have combat malus. But
Right. Fairly easy to fix this time. Oh, too far out. Ah, very nice. You probably want to get the infantry off the bridge, though.
Yeah. I'm going to reinforce them as well. Okay, let's go to the front line.
So yes, Lucas, or also known as the Artistocrats here in the Twitch chat, is the lead developer, so any questions you might have, he'll be able to answer. He just elaborated a bit on the different commanders. So you get commanders, you can attach them to either land forces or air forces or naval forces. You'll be able to reassign them as well, though it can take up to 1 turn. Like Alex said, they have a command range that inspires nearby troops to have increased efficiency as well. And should the unit die or get wounded, or they are wounded or imprisoned, so that would disable them for a couple of turns before you can get them back and reassign them to a different group.
Let's take them out. Don't want to die.
He doesn't want. He's very persistent, especially for an anti-aircraft gun.
This should fix it.
That's it. Excellent.
I don't want to commit my points.
Right, so you don't want to use it at all then, because if you...
No, not for the aircraft at the moment. I'm quite safe. I hope they're out of supply, but let's take it.
Oh, you get a nice cash bonus as well, so perhaps you could
Yeah,
start
I'm
repairing
primary
them.
victory points now. Was one of the cities I had to take. And you also can see that the flag it's going to raise takes a while till it gets over into my possession. You can see the supply.
Mm-hmm.
The supply, this means...
Right, so those numbers there are actually the supply sources you see.
Exactly, and here you can see how much a unit costs to be supplied with. The green points mean it's I got +6 for infantry at the moment. This is for air units, which is +34 because that's an airfield.
Okay. And
This
supply
one is
will only...
slowly coming over to my side. Oh no, that's the enemy. Sorry. This is not producing any supply yet, but it's going to take a few turns to...
Right. And you will know when it does, when the flag is raised all the way up.
Exactly. Let's refit those guys. They cannot. I'm going to eliminate that one.
So those American units there in the town, they're not out of supply because they're standing on a supply base.
Yep. So it's I need to basically cut them off from their supply, and cities give good supply. So to say,
We're actually going on the attack here.
I should hold out. Yeah, I've got a new commander,
Okay.
and I can attach them. What he does, he gives +2 against land infantry units, also within the area.
Okay.
So where should I attach him?
You can attach him to any land unit you want.
Let's attach him to this guy. We'll activate him later. I need to deal with that front first.
There's a bit of a discussion going on in the chat here about the offensive versus defensive scenarios. Most people usually prefer to have offensive scenarios where they can take the initiative themselves. Of course, a defensive scenario every now and then is it could be very challenging, could be very interesting. It should be noted that this game comes with a full editor, so you can create your own scenarios or modify scenarios yourself. So if you don't think there are enough defensive scenarios, for example, you can go out and create them yourself with the editor in game, which is actually extremely user friendly.
This is my commander.
Right, so what do these lines mean? I see on the screen now.
They give support, because that's a commander attached to it. He gives support to all the surrounding units.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave him there for the time being. Going to advance with these guys.
So all units now get the commander bonus. Right, and see a -1
don't want to die.
going into the mountains. What does that mean?
It's an efficiency drop for my units, because it's a bit tough for those guys to go into the mountains area.
I'm afraid there's not enough time today, Party Commissar, to get into the editor. We might look into that actually. It could be very interesting. Ah, that's some good scouting over there.
Yeah, and I see more units being fortified behind the rivers.
Exactly, they've taken up proper defensive positions.
Let's take the airfield. I still don't want to commit my points to the air unit.
Right.
Time to turn.
Lucas just posted a link in the Twitch chat to the preview of the scenario editor, so if you're interested to learn more about that, follow that link over there and have a look. Yep, we're moving away from the mountains.
Yeah, if you're also interested, there are 9 multiplayer scenarios coming with the game.
Okay.
Even 2 against 2.
What's this here?
The advance is slow and difficult. So events are popping up as well.
Right, so you got historical events as you move through the campaign to give that bit of extra immersion, really.
Okay, there's nothing in the vicinity which I can. Let's use my recon plane. This city's unguarded, so I'm going to move in there.
Alright. That's good.
That's good, let's attack. It's not favourable, but I want to risk it. I need this bunker out of the way.
You're moving up your artillery then. Okay, so you managed actually to flank the enemy defenses there.
Yes, it was important. He
Thanks
seems
to
to be
proper scouting.
Protecting his area. Very heavily fortified over there.
Right, there's some armor there. An artillery half track, if I spot it correctly.
Let's cross here. Now, these guys really annoy me. They don't want to die. Please die now. Yep, got him. Finally.
Great. So you can push on, take out the anti-tank gun as well. Excellent.
Yes. Always good to finish off injured units.
So what we're showing here is mostly a land scenario. The game, obviously, since it is the Pacific, the naval war and the air war are also present. So there are scenarios where you focus more on air battles. Even one of the multiplayer scenarios is purely an air battle. There are games focused more on the naval aspect, or of course amphibious landings, which were, well, no Pacific game can be complete without any, of course. Some isolated Americans left.
And gone as well. So now let's move forward.
They're making nice speed here.
There are the next guys sitting and waiting. That's not too favorable, so I'll leave that for later. Why not?
Might as well get rid of that pesky bunker now.
Well, I should have used the artillery before attacking, but what can we do?
Will the game feature a written manual? Yes, definitely. There will be a written manual with the game if you decide to buy a box copy from our website. It will come with a printed manual. Am I correct here?
Sorry,
yes, it will come with a printed manual, correct?
Yes.
If you buy a box copy. Also, no, if you buy a box copy from us, you also get a Steam key as well. So you get both the Steam version and the DRM-free version. With a beautifully laid out manual. Of course, if you have no need for that, you can either buy a digital version from our own website and get a Steam copy as well, or buy directly from Steam, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I captured now 2 victory occasions. Let's get my artillery moving.
And a link to the manual is actually being posted now by Sukhoi, who is behind the slithering group here. So you can have a look in advance at the manual. Again, if you buy a boxed copy, you get a printed one. Looking like this. Of course, the digital one comes with any, or a PDF version of the manual comes with any purchase as well. So you're free to grab it now, have a look, have a read through. Perhaps you want to go through some of the rules already before you buy tomorrow and jump in. Yeah, me talking is not great for Alex's tanks. Which is why I love talking so much.
So let's cut them off, but yeah, let's cut them off.
So what are you going to do about all those fortified units there to your left?
Well, that seems to be a tough battle ahead, but I want to clear my flanks first. This one's recovering.
You might want to move some units to the supply stores there and make sure that the Americans don't capture it.
Well, too late. Let's have more scouting down there. Not favorable to attack here.
Yes,
Let's
Alex.
attack here.
If you buy a box copy, you will receive a Steam key immediately. You don't have to wait until your copy arrives. You can actually also immediately download the digital version from our end as well. Alright, going nicely.
Well, at the moment it seems to be okay.
V Paulus is correct here. You'll get a serial from our end if you buy a copy. With that serial, you can go to our website and register that serial there, and we will give you a Steam key. Process is fairly simple, to be honest. So, but if you have any issue, just contact support, and they will help you get through the steps. Should there be any issue. You're being chased out there.
We will have it back.
The village is changing hands every turn. Oh, they're quite aggressive, actually.
They are. It's not good for me. And the fortress is shooting at me as well.
Hi, Live. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, let's have a look at units.
Right, so this is
This is the purchase screen.
Okay.
This is my infantry I've got available to buy. These are the costs I have to pay. Red means I have not enough money at the moment. Those are the recon units. This I've got on the map. Those are the tanks, anti-tank, artillery, anti-air.
Right, and
fighter.
The unit
bombers.
list will fill up when you advance in your
yeah.
campaign.
It will unlock more and better units as you go along.
What do the icons in the top right mean of every unit?
Those are the these command points. At the moment, I'm not allowed to buy any ships. It costs me 4 to deploy this light aircraft carrier at the moment. I have 5 more points available for air units and 3 more available for. I think one of my units died. Yep, this Japanese infantry died. I can reconstitute it, but I don't want to because I need to keep the guys alive, which I've got still left. Alright. This is slow going here. Artillery. Artillery.
You can move up those guys now. You can get some reinforcements to recapture that village there.
These guys got forward. It's not too good.
It's not excellent, no. They might push you further away next turn.
Okay.
Ooh, lots of targets for your artillery.
Lots of targets. Plenty of it. I think I'm going to retreat those guys.
You might want to bring up your tanks as well. Lucas tells you to stop using the elite repair every time and save up some money. Alex chooses quality over quantity.
Exactly. That's how it's done, Lucas.
Yes, Ben Bishop. The graphics look really nice on this one. There's so much detail to the units. I can't wait to see a lot more of games with this engine actually.
No, I ran into an ambush.
Ouch. Ambushed on a bridge. You're very poor now, Alex.
Oh well.
They're,
So what can we do?
they say you might be able to buy some ice cream.
Alright.
Wars are expensive, guys.
Yeah, and you can't win it with ice cream. Okay, let's continue from down.
Could you show us a bit of how the combat model exactly works with different types of attack values and stuff, with the unit statistics?
I can show you some statistics, yes.
If anyone wants to buy some war bonds for Alex, then okay. Oh, he's cut off once more. An enemy artillery pounding hard. Be careful not to lose your commander again.
That's what hospitals are for.
There he goes.
There he goes, the commander and the unit.
Died in a river, and we can see a counter
He's bloody.
appearing
He's bloody.
on the
He's
right.
recovering from the wounds. 9 turns. What a...
Gosh. It would be great if you had some more artillery, to be honest. The range of that thing is so nice.
Okay, we got that up.
Very good. Will you be able to save the units that are out of supply there?
I don't think so, I can...
Ah, that's nice. Excellent. So as you can see, all the combat is animated, but you don't have to watch it if you don't like it. You can skip it. You can just keep on controlling the game. You can move different units actually, or assign different attacks while the animation is still going. Or you can do as I prefer to do, just watch the awesome animations. Especially the flamethrower is one of my favorites. It's tough terrain for that artillery piece.
It's a bit slow, but it's coming.
You might want to get those units on the bridge to safety.
I can't.
You cannot move them.
Nope. Tough. Well, okay.
There's some questions here about mod support for the game. Actually, you can have completely mod foldered games, meaning that they won't overwrite the original content. And the Artistocrats, or Lucas is just saying, they're also working on a exporter script, so you can basically import your own models in there and really customize your gaming experience. Ouch!
Ouch, lost 2 units.
The AI is pounding hard.
You wanted to see some stats? if I click on that unit, I've got Japanese infantry.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the stats here. Attack against land, mechanized. Attack against land infantry. Those are all the stats. Defense against land infantry.
Right, and we get a couple of stats in grey there. Lightning bolts and explosion. What do those mean?
You mean these?
Mm-hmm.
A sword reduction of enemy fortification level, but that's not
Right.
applying.
So all of this stuff is also covered in the manual, obviously, and stuff is explained in the tutorials as well, and through tooltips, as we could just see.
Yeah, for example, the Japanese engineers, they are specialized against enemy fortifications.
Right.
So they have different stats there as well. Efficiency. And we have the tanks here.
And I also notice when you have one unit selected and hover over another one, you can quickly compare them.
Yeah, here I inflict 3 casualties. I take 1 casualty.
Yes, there are strategic bombers in this game, and they actually will be able to destroy supplies as well. So they will be able to disrupt supply lines. Oof, it's a dangerous spot to move into.
Well, what can we do? That's war, we need to move into dangerous positions all the time.
It's a very healthy attitude.
I think I'm going to focus to capture this fortress because it's really pain.
Alright, that's a very nice exchange. Well, Lucas, that's perhaps only if he doesn't die in battle.
Okay, making havoc here.
Very good. Oof. They're prepared. Luckily, an anti-tank gun is not the most effective against your infantry.
Next turn I'm going to have firepower from my infantry, from my artillery again.
Excellent. So you showed us that air units need to refuel after a given number of turns. Your scout unit
Correct.
continues.
Scout units, they don't need to refuel. Same with my scout units, which are land-based. They cannot take over cities. They cannot take over airfields. They cannot conquer things. But they don't need to be in supply either.
Okay, so they're encouraged to go behind enemy lines then.
Yes. Okay, I've got fleet support now.
Nice.
Reinforcements.
Special event. Okay, so what do you have there?
And another. Yeah, that's also very good. I get heavy artillery pieces.
Some much needed artillery support.
Yes.
And with trucks as well.
Too
so
little, too late maybe.
So you can start moving them up.
Let's move.
So let's take a look at your fleet. What do you have there?
Japanese Marines.
Right. What are you going to do with them?
Send them into the combat and sacrifice their lives.
Honorably, obviously.
Of course.
Of course. So your plane has only 4 turns left of fuel.
That's true. So I should consider sending it back at some point or get some forward. Well, I could take this one, but I'm under attack from here as well, which is not favorable to my airplane either.
Right, so are you going to move it back very far away and have it take a number of turns,
no,
or take the risk and do an airfield close to enemy lines? Fortunately, your artillery was not very successful.
My follow-up attack neither. So let's just leave them there. Okay, so it's done.
Alright, let's pick some juicy targets here. Oh, very nice. No anti-tank gun is capable of withstanding your flamethrower units.
Of course not.
Okay, so are you gonna move up the bridge or no? Support to the
No,
left.
I'm not going. I really want to take the fortress.
As to multiplayer, you mentioned there are a fixed number of multiplayer scenarios in place. You can make more with the editor,
Yeah.
and if you're interested, multiplayer uses our PBM servers, which means that actually hassle-free, easy multiplayer. So you don't have to be online at the same time. You play your turn then get automatically uploaded to the server, and your opponent is getting a message that it's his turn to play now.
Oh, great. They're moving in. And they want to cut me off.
Should have seen that one coming. Gosh, that's the AI punishing you.
No, that's an ambush for them. Because now I'm going to cut them off.
So it was in purpose.
Of course.
Of course, okay. All part of your great strategy. And we have an enemy gunboat. A very brave enemy gunboat.
Okay. Disinversion has been dealt with.
You isolated the enemy.
I didn't hurt them, but they're going to have an efficiency drop already. 3 4 stories. 4 stories.
Right. You're getting poor again. Oh, so close to the tank. Ah, it's nearly dead anyway.
Yep. So let's move over.
So where will you land these marines?
I have no clue yet. But
Okay.
I think I'm going to land them here or here to leave my forces and to cut those guys off.
Right.
Okay.
Lots of
gives me
infantry in the jungle there.
lots of cash as well, which I sorely need. I'm going to follow up here.
Excellent. As you can see, running through the jungle causes some efficiency drops for most units. It's of course not easiest terrain to maneuver through.
I've got a link up now with the other forces.
Ah yes, very good.
Let's land this guy as well. Arrow left. A scout. There's an artillery piece.
And the PT.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Right, let's see if you can get rid of that bunker sooner or later. Ah, what's
Cool.
this?
Tanks captured.
A number of abandoned stewards.
Good, they're joining my side. That's very good news.
That's very nice. So these are just a couple of examples we've seen for now of events that are within the campaign that are within the different scenarios, making it a bit more dynamic, giving it some extra historical feel, and of course they can help you or annoy you depending on whether it's good or bad news, and change the balance of power a bit within the scenario. So Alex is going to use some of these stewards now, which can be put to good use. Right, so you isolated one artillery piece. That's nice.
Okay, let's finish these guys up.
Oof. Town is well defended.
Yep. Okay, now let's look at strategic bomber. Into repair him and get him back into fight next turn. I think that's about it I can do.
Think so? Oh, you got some torpedoes here. Those poor Marines. Must be dreadful to be in a transport ship being attacked by torpedoes.
Well, I can see they're a bit seasick, but it should be fine.
Yes, this game actually allows you to rename your units, so especially when you're doing the campaign and you bring forward your core force from mission to mission, renaming them is a very cool feature to make them easily recognizable and also to get a bit more attached to them than you otherwise would. And that's the end of those troops. And you got the bunker down as well, a fair bit.
This bloody thing doesn't want to die. Yay!
King of
got
the Hill.
it!
Our infantry brigades have stormed the stronghold of Mount Samat. Some of the heavy artillery guns have been captured. Excellent. So you can now use the artillery to your advantage.
Exactly. Okay, let's capture that as well. That's right. Okay, let's. They're fully back up now. I'm going to
Perfect.
get them back into the game. This is out as well.
Flanking the enemy artillery. Always clever.
I can do as well as they did to me. Always forgetting my artillery. Alright, now I can land my troops. Just land them here. They're a bit depleted, but so now I'm going to give supply as well to these troops here.
Ah, right. So that's
So they won't be out of supply.
what the supply ship
Next
is for.
turn. They should be fine because they're in my supply route. Maybe they want the AI is going to cut me off.
They might try it.
And he's recovering. Commander is back in 4 turns.
He is that. Excellent. More coastal patrols.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a rough landing for the Marines.
Very rough landing.
Right, very well planned and executed maneuver here.
It was.
It shows you the importance of strategy in a strategy title. Right, so again, this is one of these scenarios from the campaign. Each campaign has 12 scenarios, so there's quite a lot to go on to. You can see this scenario is quite lengthy as well. You get about 40 turns per scenario, so there's a lot of gameplay here, really. And of course, they can be played, there are scenarios for both sides, and there's different difficulty levels as well. How many difficulty levels do we have in game?
We have 5 difficulty levels.
Alright. So that adds some replayability as well, or some extra challenge for those who want it. And of course, the real challenge is in the multiplayer, which again is where the game really shines. And there goes the naval support. The fleet is not getting any honors for this operation. Trying again there. That's brave.
I have to get in a position there.
Right, so let's see if we were able to capture the town here across the bridge for tonight. As our final objective we set ourselves. Obviously this game is way too long to be showing you a full scenario in one stream.
Yeah, depending on your pace, on your own pace, I would say 40 to 60 hours at least.
To get through the full game?
I would say so, yeah.
Right, so that's quite a lot of content there. Again, it depends very much. In turn-based strategy, there's a lot of difference, of course, in the speed people are going through it, whether you're contemplating every move or trying to rush through it a bit and wanting to see as much of the units of the missions as possible. If you joined us later on or missed part of the stream, we'll be sure to put a VOD on YouTube, recording of this stream, and it will be available to rewatch here on the Twitch as well. Why don't you use your torpedo bomber against the enemy naval units, Alex? That's a question coming from the well-educated audience here.
Because I don't have a torpedo bomber to spare to buy for. I need it all for my land unit. I mean, I could buy torpedo bombers, but it's always preference. I just let them run wild.
Right. Other priorities.
Let's get over here.
You managed to advance quite a bit actually in the past turns. Get your artillery in now as well. It's going to help out a lot.
Artillery is moving in. Now I've got the fortress on my side, I'm going to use them as well to my advantage.
Excellent. Let's see what the AI brings now. That's good. It's a nice trade for you. And more torpedoes being launched. Well, the supply ship is useless now, isn't it?
Supply is fine. I don't really care about my supply ship anymore.
But their infantry is getting dangerously low here.
Oh. Okay.
Alright, let's play one final turn to wrap it up.
Okay.
Again, guys, we were not, unfortunately, not able to show you an entire scenario tonight. The scenario is simply too long. There's too much going on. We hope you had a nice taste, though, of some of the Japanese units. If you want to see the US side, be sure to rewatch last week's stream where we played a US scenario. Covered some of the basics of the game as well. As it also has a good bit of naval combat in it. So if you're interested in that, be sure to rewatch that one. The game is releasing tomorrow, actually, so if you like what you see and perhaps have a browse through the manual that we showed, be sure to grab the game, buy it from us, buy it from Steam. If you buy it from us, you get a Steam game or a Steam key as well, so actually there's no reason not to buy it from us, other than sheer convenience, perhaps. Again, this game has single player, multiplayer, it has an editor, it is fairly mod friendly. We're working actually to expand on that part as well. And of course it has gorgeous graphics and animations, tons of unit diversity. So a very great game to pick up. If you love it, you can buy it as well, of course, no issue with that, no problem.
Then.
So as you can see, we have within the campaign we have a ton of different historical events shaking things up. We got different difficulty levels. We got different nations represented, not just the US and the Japanese. We got the Philippines. We got the British. We got, of course, the Dutch in game as well, of course. And we got a very great multiplayer system, so that's definitely something. Once you get comfortable with the game, once you've played through the tutorial or perhaps had a browse through the manual, be sure to try and get a multiplayer game going, because it's really tons of fun. We played a good number of missions as well here in the office already with earlier versions. Alright, so that's it, what we have to offer to you tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Alex, for showcasing the game.
Thanks a lot, guys.
And we'll be back next week. Again, if you're interested in the game, click on the banner below. It will take you right through the product page where it will be available tomorrow around noon, midnight?
Yeah, noon, 2 o'clock.
Sometime tomorrow. Again, both on our end and on Steam. So thanks once more, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you like what you've seen. Please drop us any feedback you might have on the Twitch, any ideas, any issues. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll be again next week. Be sure to grab us, to watch us, and we'll be playing a new game. Exciting, something we haven't shown you before. Alright, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.